Hello, everybody. Having trouble getting motivated today. My mental health issues make it so I just want to sit in my chair and do nothing. Anyway, we took a couple of short weekend trips to the coast between Christmas and shortly after New Year's. I haven't done anything with any of the ephemera or receipts or anything yet, so we're going to work on that today. I might be able to get them both into one of these little small journals that I make. So they are usually a fabric cover with different kinds of collections of mixed media things on the cover, painted canvas that I've done, and then random bits of plain and collected papers on the inside. I don't make them very big. I just put usually 2 signatures inside, two bundles of paper, because I do have a tendency to like put all the receipts and pictures and journaling and stuff in it. So any bigger than that's just gonna like not ever close, and I have lots of those. So yeah, let's not do that again. Anyway, all right. So I already printed all my pictures I wanted, and here they are. This first trip we went to Newport, Oregon, and we stayed at the Hallmark Inn and Resorts, and I really liked the Hallmark. We had a downstairs room right off of the walkway along the beach, beautiful beach views. It was really, really good. We did go and look at a lot of things and do a bit of shopping. But mostly it was just about spending time. I collected different little things, and so we're going to focus on putting them in, adding some photos. I will do some writing, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is one weekend away done, and I am mistaken. This first weekend was done in September. It's been that long since I've worked on this. The next weekend is done between Christmas and New Year's. And we're planning another one soon, so it looks like I'm very confused. All right, let's get to the other one, shall we? All right, this is a little bit more paperwork, but I'll make it work. I'll be back. Okay, so we fit way more in there than I thought we were going to, and yeah, I have 1 or 2 more trips coming up soon. I might be able to get both of them in here, but we will save that and put that aside. That's a journal in progress, so all cool. Next, we will go through some of these things I brought home. I don't keep the whole magazine. That's just a lot of stuff, and I don't have the space for that. And it gets to be overwhelming. That's what I can say about that. Now, I saved the smaller one of these. That's more reasonable for me to use in one of my books than this big one. Nothing wrong with the big one. And these are like free magazines that I pick up, you know, when we're out and about and all over the place. And I just try to quickly go through them. Yes, my first instinct is to like save everything, but I mean, that's just not practical. So I'm going to go through these really quick. I'm going to pull out the bits and pieces that I think I'll be able to use at some point, maybe not today, but at some point. And then we are going to pre-prep a journal, and then we're going to make a journal. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, this is a little tiny pocket journal I started back in 2017. Wow. Okay, and I never finished it, and I just started working on it not long ago, last year. And I had taken some of the pages and pre-glued different little, these are actually confetti pieces on them, did some painty marks, and then started doing some therapy drawings and journaling on it, which I really enjoy. So I want to take the rest of the pages and put things on them. So we're going to do that. And right away I have this little doodle bug I did a long time ago. If the glue would come out of the glue bottle, we would be good. I also have a bunch of hole punches. Punching actually some of my grandson's, flashcards. And so we're gonna, this is not something you probably usually save, but I did. And I kind of want to add them to a page. And I could do this, you know, easier with like tweezers or something, but why would I try to do it the easy way? Why would I do that? It's more fun to get messy, isn't it? This in between so things don't stick together, hopefully. That sounded interesting. We're gonna just do that. The ones that stick, stick. The ones that don't, don't. This is not about making anything in particular other than a random sort of mess in the background that you then later on go to create some art with. Okay. Now we're going to switch to some of the randomness I have here on the table, just to try to use things up. It's a great way actually to use things up. And also create sort of an abstract images, one of those like ink blot tests, so you can like look at it and like, what do you see? And then make something that you see there. Is that a sticker? I don't even know on some of these things. I've had them so long. I guess that's just cardstock. I don't even know where some of these things came from. There we go. I've probably had a lot of these since 2017 or before. Sorry, I bumped you. So I'm going to keep doing this and we'll get this filled up. Then I will go grab some fabric and we will make 1 or 2 new journals. I'll be right back. Okay, we got those 2 journals done and now we're going to work on making at least 1 new one. I pulled out some canvas from my stash and I have this one little piece of canvas mixed media left, which we might use. And some homemade trim made out of like scraps and things. I made a long time ago. Okay, the journal size, I don't like big journals. I like little ones. And this one is about 6.5 by 5, 6 by 5, 7 by 5, somewhere in there. So I'm going to cut a base piece of fabric. Let's see. So 9 or 10 inches long, 6 or 7 inches tall. We'll do 10 by 7. We're going to use, I think we're going to use the plain one. Okay. Fabric scissors. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I do. When I do these journal covers, this is how I do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, let's do it from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the side will be frayed like the rest of them and not a smooth, even cut. Okay. So, got our piece of fabric. I am going to, I think, put this here on the spine. And I think then put that down the middle. Okay. And I might add a doily. Okay, let me go grab one. Okay, I found this piece of lace. I think I want to lay over the top of the mixed media canvas piece. And then I think I want to take this pink trim and put it underneath between these layers and the plain canvas in the background. I really like that. Do I want to put any of this? I think it's too dark. Maybe put that around the edge, but let me get these sewn down. I'm going to do it on the sewing machine and I'll be right back. Okay, I have sewn the basics onto the cover. I have gathered some various papers and things. I usually do, each bundle of papers is about 8-ish pages. So yeah, all right. I kind of want to, a lot of times I put a tag or something on the front, and I'm kind of wanting to do that again. I forgot to get my words, hang on. Okay, that took me a minute because I just reorganized some things and put them away in a quote unquote safe place. Let's see. That might work. I like this one. Okay, staple it to the tag. Do I want to put anything else in here? A little bit of paper or something. I don't know. Or this little guy. This little guy is from a bag of stitch markers. Yes, I save packaging, especially when it's got a cute little graphic like that on there. Let's see, do I want to put it there or there? Let's see. I think up there. That's cute. All right, I'm going to attach that with a, one of these. Maybe. Maybe. I like that one. All right, we're going to use our pokey tool. Poke a hole. Ow. Oop. Try to force it through the hole. Preferably without getting blood on the journal cover. Because, you know, I've done that before. Yeah, I have. I need teeny tiny scissors. Oh, they're there. There we go. And then open up the ends. There we go. So that's our cover. Now we are going to make our signatures, our groups of pages. I always start out with plain white. Okay, we've got our two groups of pages together. I'll show you them in a minute. But what I want to do is attach an elastic loop to keep it closed. And also I want to make the front and back a little longer rather than cut the pages down because they're a little big. So I'm going to add some of this trim that I have to the front and back edge. And then I'm also going to sew this elastic loop to the center right here. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got an elastic loop that can go around this way when the pages are in. We've got some extra business over here, which is good. We've got our two signatures. Now, I don't measure anything. You should probably, but I don't. And everything's going to fit together like that, which is great. All right, so what we're going to do is get out, and I used to have a bind it all. I never used the actual machine, but I did use this kit a lot. So I did save the kit, but I got rid of the bind it all machine. I know that might be like blasphemous to some of you, and I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna grab this all and let's see, which one do I want in the front? Not that it matters. I'll put this one in the front. I'm gonna try to get these like as straight and even as I can. Open it to the center. Is that the center? Where are my glasses? Like they're far away. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna punch one hole in about the middle, and then one in the top, and one in the bottom, about an inch from the edge or so. And then I'm gonna take our cover, I guess I should thread my needle first. Probably a good idea. Grab some bookbinding thread or thick thread that you have. Buttonhole twist would work. Okay, I'm gonna line the pages up on my side of the center fold of the cover. And I'm going to put the needle in the middle hole and then poke it through the cover. Okay. Leave a tail. How much thread did I cut? Okay, leave a tail in the middle. And then go to the right, my right. Oops. If you can't get the needle through the cover, then line it up and use the awl to punch a hole. Okay. Okay. And then through all the pages. Yes, it can be a little fiddly in case you didn't already get that idea. I'm sure there's lots of better bookbinding videos out there on the internet and on the YouTubes. Okay. Then the last step, we need to go back up the center. There we go. Now something I do, you probably don't need to, is I put one string on one side of that center thread line and one on the other. Pull it taut and then tie it in a knot. I wrap it twice because I think it sticks better, more firmly. Okay, and then trim. All right, one more. Yep, okay. Let me get this sewn in. You'll only need to see that once, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is our finished junk journal that we made, or homemade journal, whatever you want to call it. Traditionally, junk journals are made out of junk packaging, junk mail, things you would normally throw away. I kind of do some of that and some not of that. I'm not super picky about the term. Some are, and if you are and you're offended by me using that term, I apologize. But anyway, this is how she looks, which I kind of like right away. Makes me want to, when I do actually use it, I might do that, or I might just glue this down. That is future me's issue. This is a random tarot card. I don't know where it came from. It just showed up in my junk journaling supplies one day. So hopefully it's a good one. And you've got the back side of some things. Painty paper, doilies, tags, little old vintage ads, old notes from either my grandmother or my aunt. I'm not sure which, but it came out of her stuff. Evidently, orange juice and lime juice, grapefruit juice and lemon juice are good for optic nerves. I don't know how true that is, but that's what the note says. And here's also a recipe that looks like my grandmother's handwriting for panettone, which, fun fact, is not my favorite thing. It's okay. I prefer German Stollen, which is very similar but different. Look at this. I just love the way this turned out. And so this will go in my stash of journals that are completed and ready to be used for something. I have that one now, and this is one that I made that I thought I might use today, but I didn't, which is fine. And then we have this little one that we decorated so that I can do some therapy journaling and use up the rest of these pages. Glue is still wet, can you tell? I use up the rest of these pages and do some therapy journaling, which I love to do. So that's done too. And that'll go on my drawing desk. These will go in my closet with my stash of journals. Now this is my travel. If I'm bringing journaling with me, which I usually am in some form when I'm traveling, this is what I bring. I used to bring a lot more stuff than this, and it just got to be too overwhelming. So now it's just this. So the journal that we started today, this one is in here, which, as I said, has some room in it, so it'll stay in here until it's done. In the mesh pocket, I have tools. So we've got scissors, which I take out of here if if we're flying sometimes, because these should pass TSA, but if we're going internationally, I will take these out and I will put them in my packed bag. This is a Mary Kay skincare bottle, but it actually has glue. I put glue in it. It's a good bottle. Some staples, a stapler, a plain black pen, and a glue stick. Now, I did have some extra things that came out of a couple of, wow, that was fun. A couple of different kits that I think I might want to put in here. I have 2 little blank journals. This one says 33 pieces of cheese. I don't know where I got this. And this one I think is from Shannon Green. It's one of her little journals made out of repurposed vinyl sign board. These could be used for, like, if I need to do some writing or I want to do a quick little drawing. So they're going to go in there. I have some stickers, washi tape samples, like so many washi tape samples, you guys. More stickers, like, so let's pick. So I do want to put some sticky pockets because I might want to put sticky pockets. I have some stickers in here and this little mini scrapbooking paper thing. We're going to keep that in there. Post-it notes. I really like this one. He's really cute. And then regular Post-it notes. Yeah, we'll keep those in there. I like this one because it has double-sided adhesive tape and washi tape on it. And then, okay, I don't know what was up with that. Let's see. Old business cards, aren't good for anything. I think we're gonna do those. And we'll put these in here. And these in here. That's a lot of stuff already. Okay. All goes in the mesh pocket. Which then gets closed. And there we go. Ready for the next trip while I'm there or when I get home. So that's it for today. I hope it gave you some ideas of what you can do. Have some fun making your own memory books. I am well past scrapbooking in the traditional way. I do it this way now. I hope it gives you some ideas of what you can do and have fun with it. And I would love to see what you're doing. If you decide to post something along these lines, I'd love to see what you're doing. Please tag me in the post. And if you want to support the free content on this channel, there's ways to do that down in the video description, including a Patreon. And they have their own private YouTube channel with their own links. And so, yeah, there's that. And I think that's it for right now. Don't forget the most important thing. Go out and do something nice for yourself because you deserve it. See you later. Bye, guys.